Right, joining us now to discuss Iran's future is Iman Foroughtun. He is the chairman of the Board of Trustees at the Iran Liberation Congress, and Behnam Bentaleblu. He's a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Welcome to you both. Iman, let's start with you. Are these elections really a test of support for Iran's leadership? How free and fair are these parliamentary elections?
Hi, Michelle. The parliamentary elections in Iran under Khamenei or Islamic Republic have never, ever been fair. They've always been stacked. The process is unfair. As your reporter mentioned, over 7,000 candidates have been disqualified by a team of 12 people appointed by Khamenei. And as far as the participation of people goes, we have tens, if not hundreds, of videos from inside Iran, like the one that you showed. People do not want to vote. They don't trust this government. They have a lot of complaints. All the latest reports that we have from inside Iran is that inside Tehran, participation has been maybe about 1 or 2%. Just about every location for voting has been empty, with maybe 5 or 10 people in line. Other cities and places, we think maybe at maximum 10 to 15%. So nowhere close to even the fake show that the Islamic Republic want to present to the world, that it's a democracy and people vote.
All right, Behnam, Iran's parliament doesn't really have any significant power anyway. I mean, power in Iran ultimately rests with the supreme leader, Khamenei. He has the final say on all key matters. So how relevant is the parliament anyway?
Well, that's a great question, Michelle. Great to be with you. So the parliament reflects a lot more of the elite sentiment. And one consistent theme in the 41-year history of the Islamic Republic is that who is permitted to be an elite? The pool of ideologies has narrowed consistently. The Islamic Republic was propelled into being 41 years ago by a diverse coalition of a lot of reactionary ideologies. But that coalition, that worldview has shrunk immensely. And now it's a competition between the hardest of hardliners, who can jockey in favor for Khamenei more so. And so as Khamenei enters the 8th decade of his life and the 3rd decade of his career as supreme leader, he is now leaving his stamp on this largely powerless institution in a symbolic way to prevent change from within in years in the future.
Behnam, is there anyone that's up for elections, or that was up for elections, that really is a so-called moderate, that really is a so-called reformer?
In short, no. You've had basically a couple of flanks of Iran's political spectrum. The left, if you could say, reformists disqualified largely en masse. Reformists who have traditionally appealed to Iranians inside and outside of the country to vote. They are even now seeing that these elections are futile. These elections still do matter, though, again, for elite sentiment. Khamenei is trying to create his stamp. Rouhani, the president, has proven to be more of a lame duck than anything. And the hardest of the hardliners are looking to make a play now for the presidency in 2021. And this is their first stepping stone, the parliament.
All right, Iman, we had resistance to the regime a couple of weeks ago, a number of protests flaring up in the country, especially after Iran was forced to admit that it was, in fact, behind the downing of that Ukrainian passenger plane. What has happened to that protest movement? What are you hearing from the ground?
Thank you. I just had a call with one of our underground cells 2 nights ago. A couple of things have happened. First of all, as we know, people have to plan, those who want to protest and everything. So the weather is cold inside Iran, but what has happened, and it's the worst that made it harder, is this coronavirus, which I'm sure we'll get to. So the coronavirus in Iran is very bad. So these demonstrations at this point are they have a halt. They have slowed down here and there. You see stuff. But what we know for sure, there's at least 4,000 dead bodies inside Tehran in a morgue, and these are leftovers on top of the 1,500 that were killed by the government. And there are plans to somehow cremate these, maybe as part of the coronavirus, whatever.
Iman, just to stop you there, you say you know this for sure, that there are 4,000 dead bodies in a morgue waiting to be cremated under the guise of coronavirus?
When I say I know that, these are the same sources that, as you know, over the period, just about everything they have told us have come through. Yes, these are inside sources from inside the morgue. I do not have any photos to show you, but the claims are that at least close to 4,000 are left over dead from the November shootings that we only know about 1,500 of.
Well, as you say, Iman, your sources have a very credible track record of giving you accurate information. All right. Thank you so much to you both, Iman Foroughtun, Behnam Bentaleblu.